What's going on, guys? Today I'm going to be showing you a new Amazon tool I've been using that has been saving me a ton of time. Now, it is a product research tool. I know there's a lot of other ones out there, but this one is the one that kind of puts everything together. And like I said, has really saved me a lot of time when doing product research. So I'm going to jump onto my computer and show you guys right now. Alright guys, so now that we're on my screen, let me show you the tool I'm talking about. Now this tool, some of you have probably heard of, it's called AMZ Scout or AMZ Scout, and it's similar to other tools, but it does things a little bit different. So let me show you an example. So normally when doing product research on Amazon, you'll type in some keywords and you'll pull up the data, and you'll normally just look at the data and that's it, and then maybe you have 5 other tabs open for other things. So when I'm doing product research, I always have Amazon open, I have my product research tool, I have a website called Camel, which tracks the sales trends and the data, I have Alibaba open, I have a keyword tool open, and the list just goes on and on of how many different tabs I have open. Now, the cool thing about this tool, actually let me stop talking, show you guys it really quick. So if I were to search up a keyword like camping hammock and do product research, so this is a Chrome extension. So in the top right, I have this extension. So all I have to do when I type in a keyword is click the button once and it'll pull up all this data. Now you can add a bunch of different filters. You can see if you want the brands to show, the category, and tons of different information. Obviously, it has the number of reviews, the sales, and so on. And you can even sort these by if you want to do what sells the most or just what number is listed on the first page, which is normally what I'll do. And one of the cool things that I really like about this is you can add this to a list. You can click and add this to a tracking list. So there is a product tracker and you'll go over and you can track this product and see what the sales do over time. Now I'm going to go back to Amazon, but we could add more of those just by clicking that button on each of them. So if you see a couple that really pique your interest. Now, this tool pretty much eliminates all the tabs I have open. So I would normally have things I need to add to the product tracker. So click the plus sign, it does that for you. Now you can also favorite these as well. You can get rid of, say, okay, this one does not match what I'm looking at. This isn't the right product. Get rid of it. And you can always play with your filters down here. If you want to see how much inventory they have, different reviews or just sales. I usually leave this blank though when using the Chrome extension. This is where the cool part really comes in. We can click on the very bottom down here at niche keywords and it'll show you the most popular keywords when it comes to titles. Now this can be helpful, yes, but what I like to do is to go one step further, and you can see under each of these listings, if I were to click on this listing, it'll pull up a bunch of different things underneath. So the first thing being a profit calculator. So I say, okay, this product is selling at $21.99. How much profit would I have? So what we can do is go over down here and click find on Alibaba. And it'll pull up Alibaba for that exact keyword you were searching. So we can see there's different hammocks over here. Now you might need to change the keyword, you might not, depending on what you're looking for. So for us, we're looking for a camping hammock. So let's just type that in here. Now sometimes it will pull up different things. So we can see, we'll just say the cost is $6 over here, $4.50. So we'll just say our cost is, we'll say $6 just to be fair. Say $6. Additional unit costs we do not have, and it automatically counts in the storage fees, the Amazon FBA fees, and the referral fee. So just by putting in our product cost and our product price, we can see our total profit would be $7.86 a unit, and our total FBA fees would be $8.13 here. So that eliminates another tab I would have open because the Amazon FBA calculator would be another. Now this is the rank history. So you click on this and you can see this is normally, I would use a website called Camel, which just tracks the sales data, how often, how high it's been selling. So has it been selling for a year? Is it a seasonal item? Does it sell well only in winter, etc.? So you can see based off these numbers how well and how consistent an item's been selling for each different one, as well as the sales history. So how many units they're selling per day, And you can see each date here. And you can see, okay, this guy only sold one item here. He sold 2 today. And you can see the graph over time. So that is the sales history, and you can do the same with the price history. But by far, my favorite part, because I don't know any really tools that do it this simply, is the get keywords. It'll just give you all the keywords for a certain listing that they're using. You can see it pulls up all the keywords for that listing and all the keywords they're using, and we can export this if we want to a CSV, and we can save these. And why does it say bigger butt? I don't know, but puns. Okay, so bare butt hammocks, they put bigger butt. And you can see the SP right here is sponsored listing, so if they're paying to be there, so this is the first genuine listing, so we could always get rid of those. Now, what I would normally do if I'm gonna use this tool all in one in the entire process. So let's say we found a keyword and we wanna do research on a specific product. We found a product. Well, first thing I would do is I would check the sales history. I would say, how often has this item been selling? Again, you don't want to check sponsored. So first thing, how long has this item been selling for? So on the far right, you can see the start date they started selling. This item's only been selling for about a month or 2. That's not very long. I would not want data from them. They're a new seller and they're sponsored. So the first listing has been here since 2016. This guy's been 17. This guy's been here since 2009. 16, 15. So it looks like an older market. So I'd say, okay, it looks like it's been selling well for a while. Why don't we look at some of the trends? So you can see the average sales trend right here of this entire market and how it's been selling since 2018. So you can see the last pretty much month of how it's been selling. You can see a slight increase and then it goes back down. So it looks pretty consistent. That's something you like to see. Now we can also click on other averages up here to see different data, but we want to look at specific products. So after making sure people have sold for a while, I would then go into their rank history, which is pretty much just showing their sales over time and really making sure this item is not a seasonal item. You don't want, so this guy hasn't been selling until right here, they started selling. Now, the lower the sales rank, the more sales they're getting. So you want to see something pretty consistent, and it looks like there's a big spike over here where he's selling less and less after summer. So winter, people are probably buying hammocks less would be my guess. So this could be a seasonal item. So I'd click on another listing and I would pull the same thing. I'd look at the rank history more and I'd say, okay, I see kind of the same thing. It's pretty consistent. And I'd go through and I'd look at each different one, maybe the top 5 or 10 listings, as well as their price and sales history. You can kind of put those all together. And the next thing I would do, I'd say, okay, let's say this product is viable, the sales and the reviews look good, the sales history, it doesn't look seasonal. What's the next thing I need to do? I need to make sure this item is profitable. And how do I do that? I'm gonna use the profit calculator, but the first thing I need to do is go find this item on Alibaba. So I would go pull it up on Alibaba, look at the price, what I think I can get it for, and say, okay, let's not choose one that's $70. So we'll choose this one right here. And what we're gonna do is type it into the profit calculator. We said we can get this for $6. And let's say we get for $5 and it's $2.50 to ship. And we'll have that as our unit cost. We can see the weight right here and the dimensions, which give us the fees for the pick and pack right here, which you can see is $4.71. It's a little bigger and heavier of an item. And also the referral fee, which is just 15% of the sale price for this category. So we can see our total FBA fees are $8.85. We know our product cost is $7.50 in total. And our total profit is $10.64 per unit. They give you your ROI and your estimated monthly profit if you were to be ranked in the same spot as this listing, how much you would make. So if that was profitable, the next thing I would start to do would be to go contact my supplier. I would look up the keywords for the top maybe 5 or 10 listings. I would click on the get keywords under here and I would download all of these to a CSV and see what the most common keywords are, what the top ones are people are using, and see what they're ranked for and try and choose my top back-end search terms that I really want. And one other cool thing when doing some niche research is if you click on trends down here at the bottom, it'll pull up the Google Trends data over time. So this started in 2013 right here. It shows the trends over time and how it looks like it spikes in the middle of the year, so June to July, it sells the best, and then it goes down, spikes up again and back down. This is an example of a seasonal item. Sells great in the summers, June to July, and then it really starts to drop in August all the way until summer again, which is May-ish. So this is a seasonal item, and Google Trends really shows that here, which is actually helpful. But we do need to make sure it's also seasonal on Amazon, because sometimes they can be different, but they normally go hand in hand. So this tool has really saved me a lot of time with just having a bunch of different tabs open and really not having to have 12 different tabs, having everything under one. That's one of the reasons I started using this tool as well. Now, do I still use other tools? Yes, I do. I use multiple different ones for product research and for different reasons. But when I'm really hammering down on one product and doing the research on that, this is the one I'm using because all the data is in the same spot you need it. You can find it on Google, Alibaba. You can get your keywords. You can look at all the history. So pretty much FBA calculator, one tab. Rank history, sales history, price history, camel, camel, camel. That's another tab. Keywords, that's another tab. Alibaba, another tab. Google Trends, another tab, and so on. So it just saves me a lot of time with doing this, and I thought it would help you guys too when it comes to, one, getting the keywords is such a big thing because there's other tools for that, but they're paid tools normally. So this one is called AMZ Scout. I will leave a link to the description if you guys want to check it out. It is the Chrome extension. They also have a web app and more, but this is just the Chrome extension. This is all you need for all this data. So that's all I'm using right now. So hopefully this will save you guys some time when doing your product research, and I'll see you guys in the next video.